Okay, so here we are back to the fuel filter replacement on the 1991 Pontiac Sunbird LE. Just a few safety reminders. Don't forget to chalk your wheels at the front there. If you watched the previous video, you do know that I had the vehicle jacked up with a safety stand. I've been waiting for the new fuel filter in the mail, which I did finally receive today. I'm not going to jack up the vehicle, but if you do, just remember, to use caution. Use your safety jacks there. I'm small enough that I can crawl underneath the vehicle without needing to jack it up. You may be also. If you are, feel free to go ahead and get underneath there without jacking it up. Also, just remember, no smoking, no flame, because you are working around gasoline. Here is the new fuel filter. Just so you can see there's an arrow, and so in the last video on the end of the fuel filter it actually said out. I've seen some of them that say in, out, and then I've seen them like this that just have the arrow. So whichever way the arrow is pointing, that's going to be the outside. So make sure that you connect that to the fuel line that is going towards the engine. And then this side over here, the right side that we're looking at, that's going to be coming from the fuel tank. And then also, on the last video, I had indicated that I read online that these were a 20 or 21 millimeter wrench size. I hooked a wrench up to them, and a 3/4 inch wrench did work to go on those. So yeah, you can use a 3/4 inch wrench or a crescent wrench like I did. And so we'll go ahead and crawl underneath the vehicle and get the fuel filter put on. Okay, so here we are underneath the passenger side of the vehicle, right by the rear tire. That is my old fuel filter. I just wanted to keep it on there just to make sure that any dirt didn't get any of my lines. So it's already disconnected. Just watch your eyes. And then there is a clamp here that kind of goes around this right here. So okay, so here's our new one. The arrow is pointing towards the blue. So if you recall on the last video, this is our outside, this is our in. So go ahead and get off your little tabs here. Ensure the tabs are off. I'm going to go ahead and put the filter inside of its bracket. Okay. Push in each line. And I'm going to go ahead and just hand tighten these before I get my wrench on there. When you're doing this, just try to make sure that you don't get any dirt in your fuel lines, and then also just make sure that your threads go in properly, that you don't strip anything. That's kind of why I like to hand tighten things, because if it goes in just using my hands, then I know that they're not just trying to thread together because of the pressure that I'm putting on there. Stripping stuff is never fun. Last time I did use a crescent wrench on the large nuts off of the fuel filter, This time, just to change it up, I'm going to go ahead and use the 3/4 wrench that I have, and then I also do have my 5/8 wrench for the bolts that are on the fuel line side. And then so just go ahead and hold your filter there and tighten it up. Now when you're tightening this up, just make sure that you're not kinking or twisting your fuel line. So that wouldn't be good. Now I'm just going to get these on pretty snug. I'm sure you could probably find a manual that states the actual poundage that you want, but okay. So now there we go. It's on there. If you recall on the old video, something that we had done is we had removed the fuse for the fuel pump, so that way we wouldn't have any pressure on the fuel line. That way it didn't spray out on us. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and replace the fuse. You can refer to your owner's manual, as we said once before, to see which location the fuel pump fuse is in. For this vehicle, the 91 Pontiac Sunbird, the owner's manual said it was fuse location number 1, so we'll go up there now. Okay, so here we are underneath the steering wheel, and we have our fuse here. We're going to go back into location number 1 and put that in there. Now, what I'm going to do is, after I start this, I'm going to go back underneath the car and ensure that there are no leaks coming from the fuel filter. So, it might give us a little hesitation here. We'll find out, because there is no fuel in that pump right now, or in the filter. So, there we go. So now, underneath the vehicle, make sure we have no fuel leaks. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Something else that I also like to do is maybe rev up the engine, put a little more pressure on that line, and come back and check to make sure that there are no leaks. Okay, once again, thanks for watching. I hope this video was useful for somebody. Give a thumbs up or give a thumbs down. Thank you and have a nice day.